problems too, but that's not me. When you're short, you don't look very imposing. So people don't take you seriously. And if you raise your voice, they think you're nuts. I was at a healing conference not too long ago. And this was about healing. People there want to heal for several reasons. So I was very shocked when this rather tall woman came up to me and said, "So, how short are you?" I was so surprised, I jumped out of my seat and just said, "This much, this tall." You would think there was some kind of air of sensitivity there. Well, I guess not for her. It's not like I asked her, "Have you been on a women's basketball team or anything?" The worst problem I have with being short is when I'm on a crowded metro. People are rude. People don't know what metro etiquette is. They crowd around the doors outside, pushing their way in, but they don't let you get out. And if you push back, you get dirty looks. A psychiatrist once told me to keep my arms up like this, with my elbows out, so that I don't back. The problem with that is that I feel like a chicken. Well, I think I'm nuts anyway, so that can be a little bit hazardous for me because I had cancer when I was a kid, and if I get hit on the head, it could be a bit serious. With things like that, you go through things throughout your life. Things happen. Operations, procedures. I had to have one a few months ago. I go into the hospital. I'm registering. This woman is sitting there. She has her screen open. She can access my file with a push of a button. She starts asking me questions. And then the stupidest thing comes out of her mouth. "Why are you here?" She has her screen open. She can get to my file in 2 seconds. Now, you would think reading would be a requirement for the job.
Literacy.
I looked at her and I said, "Well, I really wanted to go to the mall, but my friend was busy, so I decided to come here instead." She just looks at me. So I start thinking, maybe I should have told her I wanted to go to the movies instead. They put me in a room. I'm in a gown. They start wheeling me in. I'm all set to go. So I think. Now, the worst part of all of this is that they leave you in this little room outside the operating room. And you're waiting there all alone, and you're nervous as hell, and nobody's there. You're just shooting bricks. So finally, somebody comes along, and she's holding my file, and she starts asking me more questions. And then the same asinine question comes out of her mouth. "Why are you here?" I am set up. I am nervous, and I feel like screaming. So I just look up at her and say, as sweetly as I can, "Oh, didn't you get the memo about the mall?" I guess you can't read either. Thank you.